up, Slayers? Welcome back to episode 4. That's right, Slay Station coming at you. Oh, what is it? Saturday? And I know the first thought in your mind right now is, damn, Frankie, Provolone, you look good. That's right, because I'm rocking my Viking eyewear shades. These are the Peytons. That's right. Now, Viking eyewear. That's right. Back on board with Slay Nation, my babies. I got my Peytons right here, like the Aviators. Okay, I got the Stingrays. I got 2 pair of Stingrays. I got their Sonnets. Go check them out. All polarized. Great for no matter what you want to do on the water, off the water. But I know I'm going to be rocking a little bit of this. Get my little Sylvester Stallone on, doggies. But hey, let's go, baby. It's Saturday night. We're ready to roll. The Northeast, right? We got the blizzard moving in. Still snowing. Still got 50, 60-mile-an-hour winds. But hey, it's all good because we're all home and we're ready to have a fun show. I'm going to take these off. Right? We're ready to have a great show. Oh, by the way, you want to save 20% off Viking Eyewear? Use code Viking20. Viking Eyewear out of New Jersey. The owner is the man. Jack Call is the man. Go check them out. Viking20, 20% off. Ladies, they got colored lenses, right? Whatever you want, they got it. But listen, tonight is brought to you by Slayer Select. That's right, y'all. Here it is. Outdoorsman Coffee Company. Get it. Caffeinate, motivate, dominate. Use our code SLAY15. Right, get 15% off your next purchase. Stay tuned. Some cool things coming up in the next few months. People have been asking about K-Cups. Hey, we'll see what happens. But hey, y'all, hope everybody's doing great out there. Our season cracks off February 5th with Central Florida Kayak Series. We're really excited. It's a week away. And then we hop right into Texas the following week. Then we have Arizona. Then we have Southern Florida. And then in March, we get to Nevada and Cali and the West Coast out there. So we're really excited. But tonight, all right, tonight we are bringing on a bunch of slayers across the country. And we're talking pre-spawn fishing tactics from across the country. All right, you might learn something, or you'll just tune in to a great conversation and listen to how a few of our slayers, approach their pre-spawn in their region. And pre-spawn, anybody watching, we have a lot of new anglers. Pre-spawn is before they spawn, before they lay their eggs, before the heat is on, before the males and the females heat their meat. You know what I'm saying? So when that water temp hits 40 to 50, they start coming from their late winter haunts, moving up a little bit towards the bank. And then when that water hits 60, game on, right? Full moon and steak dinners. So listen, y'all. First thing we got to do is, what's up to all the slayers in the comment section? Listen, like, share, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you do not allow StreamYard to access your name, just write your name when you leave a comment so we know who's commenting. Otherwise, you just look like we just see the comment. We don't know who it is, so we can't reference. But let's go. So here's what we're going to do. Let's invite on the Slayers. We got Ryan Nye coming on, Tiffany, Christian Cooper, Jake Stem, Matt Picard, and a few other directors. All right, so let's bring everybody on here. Let's bring them on. Here we go. What's up, Slayers?
What up, Frankie?
What's up?
Hey, Frankie.
What up?
How's everybody doing?
Doing good. How are you?
All right, doing great, man. Let's go. We got a packed house. Dougie, what's up? So, all right. Well, happy Saturday, y'all. How's everybody doing?
Doing good.
Doing good?
Yeah.
All right.
Doing good.
Salute whatever you're drinking. Coffee, pink lemonade. I'm rocking Coors Light. Keep it light nowadays. Not looking for any hangovers. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have a few more people hop on. I think we're gonna have Jacob Bueno, right?
My guy.
Right. I'll be jumping on soon. Hopefully, he said he was early this morning. Slay Ray might make an appearance too. And that's it. We're gonna have some fun. But let's do this. Let's go around. Let's do a little round table here. Why don't we go around the horn? Just tell everybody who you are if they don't know you, or if they already do, just say your name again. Maybe we'll have some new viewers. Talk about what state you're from and what series you fish with Slay Nation, and then we're gonna begin talking pre-spawn. So Ryan, why don't you kick us off?
All right. My name is Ryan Nye. I'm from Connecticut. I fish Frankie's team series out of a kayak. Kayak guy, not a John boat guy. Yeah, that's it. And I fish the kayak series too, if I can fit any in.
Nice. And he's on the Connecticut Renegades, bro. You always forget to say that, dude.
Well, you said Slay Nation series.
Whatever. We're promoting everything.
All right, perfect.
That's right. Ryan Nye's in the house. All right. And Tiffany, you're up.
Hello, everyone. Can y'all hear me all right?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I'm Tiffany Liao, Texas Bass Babe, and I fish the Lady Slayer series. And this year I'm going to do the Boater series for Lady Slayers. I also fish BFL, the Cowboy Division. And this year I'm going to do the Central Bassmaster Opens. So we'll see.
Awesome.
Obviously, I'm from Texas.
That's right.
Austin, Texas.
That's right. From Austin, Texas.
Austin,
Love it. Love it. And let's
say, hey, y'all.
That's right. Hey, y'all. I say y'all just because, right? I don't know why.
It's efficient.
I guess it is.
It's an efficient word.
I want to be a Southerner. So even though the last name's Provolone, I try to just say y'all. That's it. And let's bring it back down to the left to my boy who just got back from Africa, bro. Matt Picard,
Yeah.
What's up, dog?
Hey guys, hey Frankie, Slayers. Like Frank said, I'm Matt. I'm down in Maryland, but I fish the PA series with Slay Ray and a bunch of other stuff down here in the reservoirs and rivers, and maybe get into a couple BFLs this year as well. Who knows, might have the first Slay Nation wrapped John boat here shortly in a couple weeks.
That's
cool.
right.
Secret though, secret.
Not no more. But awesome, Matt. And I want to talk to you about your trip later on because that was really cool, dude. Really cool stuff. And to the middle, Mr. Chatterbox, Mr. Stem.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Jake here. Sorry if I sound a little sick. I got a little cold from all the ice fishing I'm doing here in PA. It has been cold, but I ate some fresh crappie and perch tonight, so it was delicious. But PA kayak director for the 2022 season. Super excited. I'm going to be also fishing the Elite Kayak Fishing series, which is a higher up kind of kayak series for the Northeast, second season of them having that. And then I might try to fish my first couple Hobie events. So trying to get into the higher end kayak events.
Hell yeah. Awesome. All right. And let's take it to the right. Let's go to the young gun, Christian.
What's going on?
What's going on, brother? How we doing? Tell everybody who you are, my
doing
man.
Good. Christian Cooper. I fished for the Texas series, the kayak series. And it was my first year last year, and ended up getting lucky and getting Angler of the Year somehow. And now this year, I'm trying to fit in some of the Bassmaster kayak series, and then I'm also doing the Central Opens as a co-angler.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I'm a co as well. Cool.
There we go.
Awesome.
I'll see you out there.
I'm also going to note, Christian, dude, I've heard a lot of really good things about the anglers in your trail, dude. You're up and coming, dude. It's not luck. You put in the work. And also, Christian fished the KBF. He qualified for the KBF National Championship last year. Wow. And his first ever multi-day tournament, and dude came in 11th in the country. So, like,
nice.
Big
Congrats.
ups, baby. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's a really cool thing, man. And let's take it down, not down south, but even though he's on the lower block, but he's on the West Coast. My man, Mr. Outdoor Bearden, where the beards are fluffy and the bass are juicy, baby.
The beards are glorious and the fish are huge. That's what we like to say right there.
That's it.
Yep.
I haven't said that in a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. I know. I've been waiting myself. I told my buddy here I was waiting this season. I've been growing the beard out just for the season, just to got to get it right.
Absolutely, dude.
Yeah, we're in the California John Boat series. We're the horsepower series.
Yep.
Let's see. We're going in our third season. So everyone first season we were able to get Angler of the Year. Me and my buddy. Second year, everyone came back, ready to go. Everyone came out swinging that second year, ready to go.
Yeah.
So it was a lot closer. We ended up second last year, but great year. Everyone, like I said, it was a cool year. I'm looking forward to this year. We got some more lakes, some new lakes on the list here. So it's
it's gonna be fun.
Nice, man. Yeah, who your partner's Casey, right? You and Casey's
Casey's
Yeah.
a stick, man. That guy's a
Yeah,
stud
man.
on the freaking pole.
I love it. And what we're gonna do is in the future, I like see sometimes like when I want to do a sleigh station, and I talked to Ray about it. I just don't want to like just. I like to have a topic, right? A topic of discussion, not just like, hey, just you know. Of course, I want to talk to everybody, but it's nice to have a topic of conversation because one thing I'm noticing is, especially on our YouTube, a lot of comments later on after they watch a rerun is they're all new. They're new beginners, right? So we get a lot of new people. So it's nice to have a topic to discuss. Fishing pre-spawn was one that popped up a lot this past week when I asked the question. But I have an episode coming up, and we're going to talk about fishing as a team, right? Fishing with partners. How do you cover water fishing as a team, and
the struggles sometimes.
the struggles, right?
The struggles.
Who's horrible with the net?
Oh, hey, I'm telling you what, we'll join that one. We'll join that one, and you'll like it because that's, man, you're touching on everything there.
Who's the partner that shows up late when you just want to hit the, you want to get there early to the ramp before everybody else gets there. So that's going to be a fun episode, and we got some really cool teams that I'm going to reach out to hop on there. Jake, Ed Cowan said he saw you on Promised Land. Promised Land.
Yeah, I made a YouTube ice fishing video on Promised Land. I know where Edward fishes up in Shahola, PA. He's the guy who makes the buzz baits, right?
Yeah.
I know where he's at, but I've never had to meet him. I'll have to message him and we'll have to fish together sometime because he's close to me.
You will learn a lot. Ed fished 2 Bassmaster Classics.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Man, he was good friends with Brian Kirchhoff, which I'm going to hit Ed and Frankie Geiner. Frankie Geiner's out of Connecticut. Him and Ed were 2 of the closest guys to Brian Kirchhoff. If anybody doesn't know who Brian Kirchhoff is, right, and you want to pretend you know about bass fishing history, you better know about Brian Kirchhoff. Look it up because he's the Cinderella of what we all do, the everyday angler that made it and won the Bassmaster Classic and unfortunately passed away in a devastating plane accident 6 months later. And his ashes are spread in one of my favorite places here in Connecticut. So I want to do a Brian Kirchhoff episode and have Frank and Ed come on and tell some really cool stories.
That'd be sweet.
Oh my God. Yeah. I'll reach out to him. All right. Wait. Oh, yo, California Loves in the house.
Hey,
Jake
there he
Bueno.
is.
What's up, baby?
Woo!
What's up, man? We got Dougie in the house now. You can feel a little more comfortable.
I seen that. What's up,
Let's go.
Dougie?
What's going on, brother?
You got the West
Cali
Coast
in the
represented
house.
now.
Yes, sir.
The only thing we're missing is a Midwest angler, and I think I had 2 ready to go, and they weren't feeling well. So other than that, we got almost every region covered tonight. But hey, Jacob, why don't you just introduce yourself? If anybody, for those that don't know who you are, what you fish, what you do with us.
I'm Jacob Bueno. I'm California director, HP series, and yeah, that's me.
That's right. That's me, baby. Tin Can Crew. All right, y'all. So hey, we got a lot to talk about tonight, and I'm gonna, pretty confident we all approach pre-spawn a little differently, right? Just how everybody fishes, right? We all have our confidence baits, what we like to target, the baits we like to use. Some of us fish out of a john boat, some of us fish out of a kayak, some of us are, co-anglers in the big bass boat world. So there's going to be a little bit of different information, right, being shared tonight, which is really cool. Because there's going to be people watching that might be from your area saying, oh, I never thought about that. Or I didn't know that tactic worked around here, right? So it's going to be really cool. So what we'll do first is let's start, because tournament season pretty much started, right? Pretty much tournament season, even though, except for the north and, right, us and the friggin' tundra here, we're watching everybody, right? We're watching these tournaments. KBF just had their first day. All right. Congratulations to Guillermo. He just took first. Dude showed up, no gear, borrowed stuff, and took the event, right? Like the frig. Good for him, man. And so, the pre-spawn is on, right? Pre-spawn is basically any time you're fishing before the spawn, right? And so now's a great time to talk about it. We're all about to start our season soon. We're all fishing pre-spawn when we actually start, no matter where you are. So let's start with the West Coast. That's where I want to start. Let's start on the West Coast, and we'll make our way back. We'll come back to Christian, and then we'll make our way up north. Christian and Tiff, and then we'll make our way back up north. So Doug and Jacob, why don't you talk about that? Like, how is pre-spawning in Cali? Like is I mean, I'm going to assume it's the same as everywhere else, but what depths do you target in your pre-spawn? Because you got some deep ass lakes.
We do have deep lakes. Pre-spawn usually starts late next month. What are we in? January, February, like the beginning of March. Then they start moving up. Well, our reservoirs are pretty clear, so you can kind of see them when they're moving up. We don't have that murky water unless we have a rainstorm come in, but that's about it. We're usually fishing pre-spawn 10 feet, 5 feet. It kind of depends on where they're at and the water temperature and what lake you're fishing.
So what's your water temp looking like pre-spawn in Cali around March? 50s?
We're usually in the 50s, mid 50s.
Okay. Okay. And so Dougie, so clear water, what are you hitting them with?
Actually, I've been hooked on what I got my my big fish with. I don't know if you can see in the background right here on this side.
Yeah.
Show you guys a little bit. It's got a 12 pounder right there,
Nice.
and I got that during the pre-spawn, and I got it on just a big swim bait, like a 5-inch actually storm. So a nice cheap. That's I wasn't too super serious about fishing at the time, and just one of these guys you pick up at Walmart.
Yeah.
Just just a cheap guy.
Yeah.
And it smacked it hard since then. This is kind of what I've been focused on. Like, hey, if I catch 2 or 3 big fish during the pre-spawn day, I'm happy. I'd rather do that than go out there and catch 10 1-pounders, little guys. So
yeah,
I've been just slow working these swim baits.
Okay.
Yeah, and recently I got some tech baits. They got some new swim baits that they got out here.
Yeah, which one you got? Which one, dude?
So we got
some heading our way too.
Yeah, we got the Dark Love, which I'm really excited about throwing this color right here.
Oh yeah. What is that? Like red and black, right?
That's red. Yeah, red and black, and then we got some. It's a bass color down here. Computer's not really doing a good job showing, but these guys right here are pretty much what I'm going to focus on this pre-spawn. Just get them out deep and work them up the hill, kind of work them slow. And like Jacob said, I'm not going super deep, but I'll probably be trying to get it to about 18 feet and working it back to that 10-foot range, and just hoping there's a big mama swimming hungry somewhere.
Yeah. So here's my question then: since you guys are fishing like clear water, does it matter about the color of your swim bait? Like, are you going natural, or does it not matter, or what do you throw?
I'm mixing up till I get a bite, and then going with that pattern.
Okay.
I'm probably going to start with natural, and if for some reason they don't want the natural color, then I'm gonna switch over to something darker, maybe see if they want that. But definitely going to start with something natural right now.
Okay. Is jerkbait big out there for pre-spawn?
Yeah, it's suspending jerkbait a little bit. Yeah. I just right now it's also, I feel like it's still hard. Each lake's different with the droughts we've had. The lakes have dropped so much. Everything we thought we knew about these lakes over the last 5 years, they changed over the last year and a half, 2 years. And
I didn't think about
that.
Yeah.
It's huge difference in some of these lakes. They're down 60 to 100 feet sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. And all the fish, they're probably, some of the structure that they got to relate to, they had to adapt, right? Because what they're normally used to, like that stump that was sitting in 5 feet when it was like, 100% filled, that ain't there no more. Now they got to find something else. So, I mean, I forgot. Like, so how's your fishing season looking though? Like, have you had any rain? Or are they filling them? How does that work?
We had a couple last month. We had a big storm come in. Lasted about 2 weeks on Doug.
Yeah, it was a big storm. It set a few records here in the mountains for snowpack, so that really helped us.
It definitely opened up a lot of boat ramps.
Yeah, because I know that was a big concern last year. Was some of these lakes, because I know, Clear Lake, right? That one really, I mean, it's been hit, but that's still open though, right?
It almost shut down completely. That lake is only. That lake is very shallow. I think the deepest part's probably 70, 80 feet, somewhere around there.
Okay.
And that probably has that lake probably has 20 to 30 boat ramps, and last year there was only 2 that were open.
Oh wow!
And they were on the verge of closing.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. But I can't 30 boat ramps. Ryan, did you hear that, dude?
Yeah, right.
Connecticut,
It's insane.
Get 1.5.
It's
Oh
insane.
my God, that's crazy. That's huge.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
So,
And then you think about that. I mean, when you go from that many boat ramps, now everyone's leaving from that one ramp. Now, you know, it makes the
was
lake
crazy.
that much bigger. Like it's
hell
crazy. Yeah.
Dude,
It's
that's
tough.
nuts. I mean, that sucks if there's a bunch of tournaments in one day too. Like,
And Clear Lake has tournaments. They'll have 3-4 tournaments a weekend.
I know, a friggin' day, bro.
Yeah,
and it still produces crazy.
I know, it's crazy. Some of the fisheries in Cali and Texas, they just surprise. Even like our bigger one in Connecticut, Candlewood, just even though it gets beat to shreds during the season, it still produces. Right? It's amazing that these fish can be so resilient, man. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. All right, well, there's Cali, man. Clear water swim bait, dude. I would not think. I mean, in Connecticut, me personally, I would not think.
I'm not big on the swim baits.
What are you throwing, dog? Give us the juice.
I like to throw a floating fly in the pre-spawn.
You do the float and fly? You got
I
the
do.
big rod? You got the long rod?
No, I don't use a long rod.
No,
Just a spinning rod, just a drop shot rod.
No doubt. So Doug, what do you think about that, dude? You laugh at that, or is that a smart thing?
No, I mean I would laugh, but I know Jacob, so it's catches fish if Jacob's doing it. but you know, for I don't know, it's a little right now. I spend the winter, you know, duck hunting. So when I start to pre-spawn, I'm getting back into it. So I like to throw and just, you know, get the feel into it. So that's just a little slow for me right now.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I said, if Jacob's doing it, then it must be. I might have to go try it next time.
Yeah,
he hasn't told me that secret yet.
Float and fly is a lost art. Not a lot of people do the float and fly. I know,
nobody
west,
throws it. Nobody.
There are a few anglers on the east that will do it, like Pennsylvania, the colder, like that's a colder water tactic up here. But very rarely do you hear of anybody actually do it, because it's not easy either. It's not easy. That's cool, man. I did not expect you to say that, to be quite honest. I love it. All right, let's take a little swing here, and we're gonna move in towards you know, all my exes live in Texas. Let's get to Tiffany and Christian. Like, Christian, I know you have a Lake Fork event, right? A Bass Fork event coming up.
Yes, sir.
Right,
the 4th or the 5th and 6th.
5th and 6th, and that's next week.
Mm-hmm.
And so for you and Tiff, like, what's pre-spawn looking like in Texas? How do you what's the like? How are you approaching that?
You want to go first? Or you want me to go?
Either way, I know. So I do like little swim baits, but mainly what I fish during pre-spawn is things like rattle traps.
Yep.
I love a good rattle trap, and like on Rayburn, Toledo, these are money.
Nice.
And that's East Texas is where most of the BFL tournaments are. So I do a lot of fishing out there.
Okay.
Bladed jigs. It's a bladed jig.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
It's just in the box still.
Nice.
The other thing I love to throw is like the Fritz side or any of the little.
Yeah, you like those? I love
for the OG.
Oh, let's go. Let's go.
So both of those are.
I'm talking about.
Yeah. So both of those I think are really good because they kind of, you know, they have that movement to them, and they kind of between those rocks. And a lot of times during that pre-spawn, you know, the bass are going to be stacked up in those rocks, keeping warm, waiting to move up the stage. So
those flat-sided crankbaits with that tight wobble in the colder water. Yeah, now we're talking my language, Tiff. Let's go.
So I like fishing ledges. I like fishing. Now, of course, if I'm fishing my style fishing versus as a co-angler, I got to be prepared for anything. So I'll usually have a shaky head tied on, almost always, for this season, because dragging that down those ledges, that down, you know, any kind of hill, you're gonna get bit by something. I always have a Texas rig. You know me, Frankie.
Well, can't go wrong.
I mean, slow dragging a Texas rig is gonna get you a bite somewhere. So
even in the pre-spawn, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, here's the thing that's kind of funny is everybody's like, oh, they're not biting in pre-spawn. Oh, the fish are their mouths are shut. And then you're like, no, they're not. You got dudes in New Hampshire catching fish through 25 feet of ice. The fish need to eat. You know, some people go ice fishing, and Jacob, you know, and anybody else that ice fishes on here, like, dude, fish are hungry. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they'll eat. They'll eat if the bait is available, right? They got to have protein. They got to survive. They got to, you know, that fat, you know, keeps them alive. You know, think of hibernation and our bodies naturally. You know, when a colder months come on, our body wants to pack on fat, right? That's how we insulate ourselves. We use fat for energy, right? That's why there's always a New Year's resolution, right? All right, winter's, you know, coming over, and in the end, we got to get ready for the beach. So it's time to slim down. So it's the same thing with fish. They're always, they want to eat. So,
and if I can't get them to bite on any of that, this is what I'm throwing. Spark shads.
You like the spark shads?
Yep, just simple underbelly rig.
Yeah.
Yep, they're gonna bite it. I mean, they are. So
that's a good rig. Those are good. I got a few of those.
It's pretty basic. Run it, you know.
Yep.
Over a pile. Run it over some rocks.
Yeah, you and Dougie with those swim baits, man.
They hit it, and big bass will bite them.
Yep.
So.
Absolutely, Christian. What about you?
So this is honestly probably one of my favorite times to fish is the pre-spawn. Seems like you get those bigger bites like to get going for some reason. But
okay,
here in Texas right now, especially in my area, it's been a lot of like bluebird skies, so it's made things a little bit more interesting, and it hasn't even been too cold, so the fish are they can't make up their mind on what they want to do. But most of the things I've been fishing, they've been suspended like middle of the water column, so it's made things a little bit weirder. But like things I like to do whenever they suspend like that is like she was showing is a little lipless crankbait.
Yep.
And then the Strike Kings are my favorite because like whenever you're not even reeling it, it still does the work. Whenever it goes down, it's still moving. It's still doing something. Yep. So and then sometimes moving baits, like super fast moving baits, don't really work. You could just pull out like for the water column they're in, you just pull out a little jerk bait, slow it down a little bit. But
now we're talking. Now you're talking. That's crankbaits and jerk baits. We're talking.
Yep. But like one of the main things that I'm gonna say for this time of year is gonna be weather for me, and then the watercolor. Watercolor makes a big difference. Okay. But like here in my area, all the lakes are different. So it's like one lake's gonna have grass, one lake has no grass, one's all rock. So you can't really just get a few baits and just use those all year round. You kind of have to pick and choose depending on the lake. So but like when I'm coming up to a tournament to pre-fish the first day, I'll look at an area that has a bunch of points and a bunch of little coves. I'm not gonna fish the cove, but I like to like find next to that cove deep water, which one has the deepest water where the fish have a quick access to shallow water, like a big old flat.
Yep. And so what part of Texas are you from?
I'm from the Fort Worth, Dallas area.
So where's that? Is that central?
Yes, like
north central.
North central. Okay. Yeah, Texas is so friggin' big.
Yeah.
I'm like the heart of Texas, like right in the middle of it, and then Dallas is just north of us, up 35.
Okay. Yeah. I've been to Houston before years ago for work. And all I remember is looking out my hotel window and just seeing how friggin' flat it was. I could see for miles, and I was like, holy shit, I could see like, I don't know, New Mexico or whatever, you know, that, and I went and got gas at like 6:30 in the morning, and they were selling beer already in like these big beer tubs in the gas station. And I was like, this is freaking awesome.
We've got the drive-through places. You can just drive through and buy a beer.
Those are the first two things I remember. And I got hit on at a Chick-fil-A by this this dude. The guy worked in.
Oh, a dude.
Yeah, whatever. I was like, hey,
It was the beard, Frankie.
He wanted to rub that beard.
I didn't have a
They
beard
always
back then,
do.
dude. I didn't have a beard back then, and I was like, bro, I was like, I'm good. He's like, what are you doing tonight, dude? No, like, no lie, I got hit on by this guy. I was like,
see.
Give me the damn sandwich, all right? Nothing against it, but I was just like, yo, it's my first Chick-fil-A experience. Oh, whatever.
So somebody's asking if there's darker clear water in Texas, and it really depends on where you're fishing.
Mhm.
So, like for instance, my home lake, Lake Travis, is crystal clear. I mean, beautiful crystal clear water, mainly because of zebra mussels. But you go out to Sam Rayburn, or like next weekend, I'm fishing Toledo Bend, and it's murky. You know, you're fishing, and sometimes almost like chocolate milk. Other times just really, really stained. It may be clear, but it's stained brown water. So it really depends on the area. And even within one region, you may have a variety of different kinds of water. So it's not like all the water's crystal blue. Lake to lake, it varies. Even regions within the lake, it varies.
Okay. Yeah, Georgia. I know Georgia. Every time I see fishermen in Georgia, like their friggin' lakes look like chocolate milk, like all the time.
I kind of love that.
That would that would drive. I like tannic looking water, right? Like that little tint. It's got that look like
that's what we got.
We get that. You know, we have some clearer lakes, but we have like a tannic. You know, it's always like a little bit of a stain. I like that, but the chocolate milk crap, I'm like, you know, I'm all set with that. But all right, so let's see. Let's get into it a little bit. We got you know, so far it seems like now I'm just gonna put this out there, like swim baits, right? With Dougie and Tiff, like the swim baits have been some commonalities right there so far. And what we're talking about. No other floating flies yet, Jacob. We'll see if anybody.
I'm the only one. Nobody throws it. You got to try it.
I will say for a swim bait though, I don't fish it like I would fish it in the summer. You know, I don't fish it faster. I fish it super slow, like as slow as I can, getting it over that brush pile, as slow as I can, getting it through those rocks. I don't try to make that tail move like I would in the summer.
Yeah, slow
same.
cranking.
I work it almost like a crankbait. Yeah, like I like to feel it. Boom, bounce. Like just, you know, you're feeling it each thing. You're trying, like she said, just pulling it over those rocks, getting it over that debris. That's where I've had my luck.
Okay, hitting that structure.
Yeah,
and it's also letting you know it's there too.
Exactly.
It's almost like fishing a jig, almost, you know, or
something. Kind of.
Pretty much with that.
So are you guys throwing those swim baits in that chocolate milk water, or are you switching to something like more like the vibrating jig that you had for that dirtier water?
Go ahead.
I'm throwing that swim bait still. I'm just if it's that chocolate milk, I'm throwing that darker color. Same thing, just working it slow. So, yeah.
And a lot of times I'll throw the black spark shad or other Kytex, or I'll dip the tail in some dip and glow to make it pop.
Gotcha.
Nice, good question. All right, Mapacar. Let's go, dog. Northeast Pennsylvania. You're a slayer, dude.
Hey, yeah. So I fish a lot in northern Maryland and then up in PA as well. And Jake, actually, we're going to talk about Promised Land sometime, because I used to sneak into Bruce Lake and take a kayak back there and camp for days.
Okay.
Awesome fishing back there. But I approach pre-spawn kind of in two stages, right? You have the 55 and below, and then the 55 and above. In Maryland and even up into Pennsylvania, we're kind of spoiled because within 30 minutes, I can fish a grass lake, I can fish a stained lake, I can go down to the Potomac, I can go up to the Upper Bay. We're really spoiled with a lot of different opportunities, and that's really made me, substantially better because I had to learn. So the way that I approach pre-spawn, like I said, two stages. So 55 and below, I'm throwing a black and blue jig or a jerkbait. To me, that's basically nothing else. I mean, the guys will be throwing A-rigs and whatever, but and I throw either a chomper or a jewel, either in 5/16 or 7/16, and I pair that usually with a Berkeley chigger craw or a rage craw or a rage chunk. and depending on the water and stuff, and depending on how I want the rate to fall, and how deep I'm fishing will dictate the trailers that I put on as well. And then jerk bait. So I won't spend $25 on a jerk bait. I won't do it. But they just came out with Hank Cherry's Berkeley Stunna.
Yeah.
Right? And he has the 112 and the 112 plus. And so I've been messing around with these. And the color that I default to is Northern Lights because it's just so versatile everywhere I go. And that's like
hold that up again.
I don't want to show it. I know
you showed that pretty damn quick,
dude. He's like this. You see it? You see it? Okay.
Hold that sucker up, dude.
So this is the Berkeley Stunna. So Hank Cherry won both his classics. Basically.
Is that purple? Purple on there?
So it's a purple. It's got
like
some chartreuse. Hold on. I hate throwing stuff in this package.
Yeah.
I just finally picked one up. I'm excited to try those stunnas.
Let's see.
Yeah, and to me, they have a better action than we'll just say the $25 jerk baits.
The Mega Bass right here, which I really regret buying.
I'm just not throwing out names, but and they have the weights in there, the motion, and what I love is when you pause, your jerk pausing or whatever you're gonna do, it sits there, right? So. Yeah. And when I'm working a jerk bait, especially in 55 degrees or lower, I want that to be in the strike zone as long as possible, right? So I just want that little movement, and I want it to, kind of just do its thing.
So Matt, I got a question for you. Because I know up in Connecticut, there's a lot of jerk bait fishermen, right? And I'm one of them, but I don't get too particular. But I do know some guys use suspend strips, right?
Sure.
To either get your bait to face down when it pauses, right, or some parallel.
Yeah.
Does that matter to you? Do you modify at all? Does it matter? Do you think
it does? I don't get super crazy with like the strips and stuff, and everything that I'm doing right now is testing because I'm switching to these Berkeley Stunnas, and I really want to see the action. But like this is one of my jerk bait boxes. I don't know. Hard.
Yeah, show it all, dude. Show it all.
So and I really love the ripstops, and this is the shadow wrap.
Yeah,
the Berkeley shadow wraps.
While we're on Rapala, real quick. If you as a Slay Nation member, you get a discount on Bass University, right? So I subscribed. I used our discount, right? You also get VIP discount on Rapala website as a VIP subscriber.
Ooh.
You get up to 40% off, guys and gals. 40% up to 40% off. That's where I got all these other ones.
I'm about to pick up some DT8s and 10s.
I'm like, dude, I just went like crazy with Rapala. I didn't know.
I'm telling you, I didn't know that until I signed up, and I was like, what is this? So Matt, you reminded me of that with the shadow wraps.
Well, and so we have a couple really good shad lakes around where we are as well. So when I'm at those shad lakes, again, I don't care if it's pre-spawn, post-spawn, whatever. You want to match the hatch, right? You want to match the bait fish and find those. So I'm using, I love these shadow wrap shads too.
Yeah.
They're a little bit more compact. And it's, again, you're just trying to get that profile of the main forage there in the lake. And then, as soon as that water hits 55, it's to me, that's when I like to take people out that have never fished before, kids, whatever, because all it is reaction, right? You can still throw your jerk baits and stuff. I don't like throwing jerk baits because it's boring.
What?
Jerk pod.
It ain't boring. What?
To me, it is, right?
Dude, you have a smallmouth rip the rod out of your hand, dude. There's nothing like it.
I mean, I'm on the Susquehanna probably once or twice a month, right? It's phenomenal. Yeah. I'm throwing what you call jackhammers, right? Yeah. There's a guy that makes these special for me. He's up in Minnesota, I believe. But and this is on the Susquehanna River. If you guys ever get to fish it, I don't think it gets enough credit as being a smallmouth fishery that it is. But I've caught 25 pounds of smallmouth and for 5 fish on. This is a black crappie chatterbait. And what's unique about these, and I've yet to find this, and the guy won't tell me where he gets them, is the split tail trailer. I don't know why, but it's the juice.
Matt, we're gonna have to talk. We're gonna have to talk because I'm fishing that Hobie BOS on the Susquehanna. I don't know if Ryan is, but
I'll be there.
We're gonna have. All right, now we know the juice.
I got you both, right? I grew up in Wilkes-Barre, so I know
Okay.
the Susquehanna. I was fishing the Susquehanna. I was in diapers, so
Nice.
Um,
All right, we got a
There we go,
question
Ryan. We
coming
got the
in.
juice.
Yeah,
Anybody-
last time I went there, I fished Harrisburg, and I know there ain't no fish there.
oh, there's tons.
I've never fished it yet. I've never fished it, but I'm gonna fish the Hobie, and we actually have Slay Nation has an event there too the week before. Same stretch as Hobie BOS. So Ryan, if you want to come down and pre-fish the week prior, you can fish our event.
All right.
Get some
we'll
extra
see.
practice in there.
I'll come up and coach you guys.
There you
Perfect.
go.
Anybody rocking? So we got a question. Anybody throw any Yozuri baits? They make some good hard baits too.
I don't personally know.
I don't.
I like
I
to throw
haven't
the
thrown any
Missouri.
I like
The little guys.
Yeah, the little ones are
Yeah,
nice.
those little ones are money. I got some of them in my thing there. We did our first year's tournament. The last lake we did was our local lake, and I mean that's all we caught them on was that little bait. And I don't know, remember Jacob? As soon as you said everyone, let's go, that's like boom, we threw it like right off the bat, right at the bank where everyone was, and then bam, like got one right away. That little bait, those little Yozuris, yeah, those are nice baits. I like
those. Are nice baits. I like Yozuri because all their stuff is like holographic, right? It's like transparent holographic. I just think that's such a good look, man. Natural look, nice. So I could tell Matt is a northern angler, man, just by everything he's saying. The jig, chatterbait.
Yeah, the two things. So, and I agree with you, Tiffany. The OG Slim, right? So. But in pre-spawn, up until after spawn, I'm in red, right? Red is the juice, and I love this. I probably have 10 of these, just because they're so good. And then my last thing I'm going to show you guys, and I'm going to be quiet, and I don't even want to show you this, but
show us.
And I am, I've been told I'm out of my mind, I'm crazy, but as soon as the water hits 55, I'm throwing a Whopper Plopper 130. And I've caught so many fish and so many good fish on this. It's gross, right? So there's always two rods on my deck throughout the year. One is a Whopper Plopper, usually 130. I'll go down to 110 in the fall. And then the other is a Texas rig. I throw 3/8 and speed crawls, and that's really what, my juice. But that's all I got.
So Matt, here's so Ed Cowan, another PA slayer. 50 to spawn PA swamps, spinnerbait and buzzbait, another top water. So here's my question: when are you throwing a Whopper Plopper during the pre? Is that in the morning, midday, later?
I'll throw it all day.
All day.
Some people think, and I default to Ed. I mean, he's the buzzbait king, right? I can't even imagine the knowledge he has on that. But for me, I'm throwing buzzbaits. The Whopper Ploppers stuff, 55 and above. And I'll throw them in Bluebird Sky. I'll throw, because this fish, like you said earlier, those fish are coming out of the deeps, right? And they're getting that fresh oxygen. They want to eat, right? So they're gonna, feed up right before they spawn. So,
no doubt, dude.
And of course, a spinnerbait. My spinnerbait. So I'm a War Eagle snob. It's all I throw for spinnerbaits. 3/8. And then whatever yellows and stuff if it's murky or tainted water, and then the more natural lighter colors when it's clear.
Nice, dope. I love it. All right, here's what we're gonna do real quick. So we're gonna get to Jacob and Ryan, and then we're gonna have some fun. Take a quick minute. I got another commercial. All right, put a new one together, y'all, for one of our title sponsors for 2022, the John Yacht. Right, the John Yacht. Experience over. That's right. See, come on, Dougie.
You guys know, John. Yeah, you can't.
And guess who's watching? The kayakers don't know about that.
They don't. They don't know.
But Jesse's actually in the comment section. Hit him up. Great guy.
Jesse.
Yep. So he's the man.
I was trying to respond, but I can't see how to respond in the comments to everyone. So Jesse, there you go.
I think if you hit, not you could probably see private comments, right?
I can see all comments, but I just can't respond to all comments. But I can respond to private chat.
Maybe because you guys are guests. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm still new to this StreamYard thing. Fake it till we make it. So
hey, at least we went live on time tonight. We did,
did go live on time. That's right.
We didn't have 3 rounds of introductions.
Little victories.
We're learning, Frankie. We're learning.
We are learning. Ryan and I we practiced before, like 5 hours ago. We had to make sure the audio was good. So here we go. We're gonna take a quick minute. John Yacht, listen, it doesn't matter whether you want to fish. Your Mud Tiller Mafia, you got a John boat, doesn't matter. What it's about is whatever you have, right, you're proud of. You don't need to have the expensive things in life to do what everybody does, is get on the water. So they have hats. I think I have 7 or 8 of his hats. Apparel, you see Dougie rocking the shirts. They got the sun shirts with the hoodies, decals.
These are sweet.
Oh, their decals are the best. He gets the best decals. He's got like the stick-on rulers, the EVA foam rulers, which are, I think they're on sale right now. The brown ones are on sale for $20. So go check it out. And we're going to take a quick 25-second break. So do whatever you got to do. We'll be right back. And let's rock the John Yacht for a second here. All right, there we go. Nice. So, all right. Here's what we're gonna do. We just talked to a PA angler. So, Jacob, we're gonna skip you for now. Then we're gonna come back. We're gonna kind of refresh and let's kick it up a little more to the true Northeast. Let's get up to Connecticut a little bit. Connecticut, Ryan Nye. Let's talk pre-spawn, doggy.
I don't think it's gonna be a lot different than what Matt just said. Really, I think up here we have a lot of the same. Similar stuff, and depending on where you're going, what you're doing. If the water's dirty up here, I won't be throwing a jerk bait like I do on clear water, but I think most of our water, like I know Texas and going down south, Florida, Louisiana, all that stuff, our water that we call dirty here, they call clear there. So our stained water is still pretty clear overall. So I throw a jerkbait a ton in pre-spawn, all the way up until probably 60 degrees. I know guys throw it all summer. I don't do a lot of that, but I keep it going until I start seeing them, I guess. But I'll throw that from the time that the ice is gone until you start seeing them on beds. And the other thing will probably be the same black and blue jig that he was talking about. I'll throw that. A lot. A ton of confidence in that. Throw it. If I need a bite, that'll be in my hands. And then red. Yeah, I think red crankbaits, red lipless. I'll throw a lipless up here. Those, the same OG Slim, just a little bit different color, but still that orange, reddish.
Is the OG Slim, is that Atafo? Is that his?
Yeah. And they just came out with I think they came out with a smaller version of it.
The tiny,
Yeah.
Oh, they did. Are those Bolsa? Are those Bolsa?
Yeah.
They are.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess here's a question. I don't think any of us touched on it. Maybe we did. Maybe I missed it. Those throwing the crankbaits, are you using silent or are you using rattles?
I like them with knockers in them. I like them with the rattle.
Knockers. Okay.
Yeah. This doesn't make noise though.
We're all shaking our heads.
Yeah, right.
Okay. All right,
those slims though are silent.
Yeah.
But
okay.
Yeah, like a lipless.
But they've got that wiggle that gives you that strike,
Yeah. Okay.
But a regular crank, I'll throw it with a rattle in it. Or a lipless. I'll throw a rattle trap.
So for all our northern folks, here's a comment. No one talked about hair jigs. Well, the only reason I can say, I'll speak for myself, that someone might not have said hair jig. Hair jigs could be tough to fish.
They are, and I think here, at least the lakes that I fish, there's only a few that they're really good on. I don't think it's one of those things that you can just go out every time and get them on. At least for me.
I agree.
I do know some lakes where you can go catch 30, 40 fish in a day.
Yeah.
But I think another important thing about pre-spawn too is once you catch one, at least for me, slow down a little bit because you're probably going to find multiple fish in one area pre-spawn. They're not super spread out; they're still kind of grouped up. So I that would be my little bit of advice: is slow down, and once you catch one, I mean, you can go out and fish pretty quick, but once you get one, take your time in that area.
Yeah, absolutely. Jacob.
All right.
Go. What do you got?
So for us, I mean, Northeast, Matt's a little south of me. I'm like Lehigh Valley Poconos. Grew up fishing all the Pocono lakes. You pretty much, almost all the Pocono lakes can be the same. I know Ed fishes Shahola a lot, and Ed in the comments. There are a lot of muddy, lily pad choked out lakes, so there's not too much. But then there's a few bigger lakes. There are some clear water lakes, so we kind of have a variety to fish. But one of the baits that I like to throw before, I have two baits before like 55 water. It gets up to 55, but one of them is the good old Umbrella Junior. I love this thing.
Do you actually catch on that though? Do you actually catch on that?
Yeah, in March I've caught 3-pounders, 4-pounders on Main Lake points. Actually, a lake by me in the summertime, we fish these. We cast them into about a foot of water from 9:00 p.m. till 2 a.m. and we catch 2 to 10-pound stripers. I've caught multiple 6-pound walleyes. You'll catch smallmouth, largemouth. Literally, you don't know what's hitting. So I love this even into the summertime too. But
Frankie,
when it comes
2 weeks ago, I saw an 8.5-pounder caught on the A-rig.
Yeah, A-rigs are no joke.
I never
catch
shit
fish
on those things. I
love an A-rig.
I got those. I got the small, like I think Yum. They had like a really small version of an A-rig.
Yeah,
3.
I just throw the Umbrella Junior. It's like a perfect size.
Never catch.
And then the other bait I'll use before it hits 55 is the good old jerk bait. This is the Rick Clun. I forget the company. They're like $7-8. Lucky Craft, yeah, $7-8 jerk baits. But then I did purchase what Matt does not prefer, which is a very expensive jerk bait that I want to try a little bit this year. I did pick up some of the Berkeley Stunners to try, but I've had some.
Is that a Nishine? What is that?
This is a Mega Bass.
Oh, it's a Mega Bass. Oh yeah,
yep.
Worth it.
110.
Yep. So I have a few of them I'm going to try this year, but jerk baiting, me and my buddy have gotten on crazy days of smallmouth. We caught like 40 in a day. We doubled so many times. It was insanity. So jerk baiting can be really fun, but it cannot be fun when you have to pause it for upwards of 10, 15 seconds before they hit. But so I do that. Oh, yes. Fred says in the comments, how many hooks? So PA, depending on your state, PA actually allows 5 hooks. So we are the lucky people that don't need any dummies. Ooh. If it was like 1 or 2 hooks, I probably wouldn't fish it. I don't know what's out in Cali. How many hooks do you guys have?
We're allowed 3.
3. So yep, in PA, fun fishing and tournament wise, you're allowed all 5 hooks. So that's why another reason why I love throwing it. So then when we get upwards to like 55 degrees, I will be throwing these 2 things here, which is a good old swim jig and the good old thunder cricket. I did finally get some jackhammers I'm going to try, but thunder crickets were a little cheaper. Pretty much Strike King's version of a jackhammer, and I love them. But so the one lake here in PA, I fished that one online tournament, Frankie, you remember, in the spring. I actually caught – I should have had over 90 inches on this, fishing the shallow lily pads where they were coming up. They were slowly – the stems were starting to come up, but it was super cold still. Yep. And I lost a couple bigs, but I ended up with like 83 inches in a day. And then also I caught like a 5.5 on a good old jig. So I like to throw jigs, but I like the smaller presentation here. I throw the good old Kitech tungsten 1/4 ounce, and then I do the Rabid Baits trailer, which has hair infused. So once it goes down in the water, it'll open up and it'll just slowly move around when it's on the floor.
Nice. So, Jacob, we have a question on your A-rig. What size line are you throwing?
Okay, so when I first got into A-rigs, I didn't have an A-rig rod or anything like that like I do now, but I threw it on like a frog rod with 50-pound braid because I was scared of breaking it and losing it, because once you put the hooks and swim baits on, it's like almost $15. So what I actually throw it on now is a Kistler A-rig rod, and I throw it on 17 to 20-pound fluoro, and I have no issues there at all. Okay. So that's what I like to throw it on. Nice. But yeah, jigs, chatterbaits, stuff like that, when I'm good. I did bring the good old what I talked about last time, the good old flatworms.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
If you guys don't throw them, you're crazy. So I'll throw them all year long though. flatworms.
Damn, son. All right.
Do
I love
y'all
it.
do y'all throw chatterbaits in red?
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Red's
my
a good
go-to.
color.
That's my go-to right now.
I don't know. Me personally, right? I don't know about you. Do you throw the red?
Not up here.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't throw it up here.
I never have anyway. Which is funny because I know like the fire crawl chatterbait was the hottest thing, right? Like last
You
year,
couldn't get them
find
forever after Hank Cherry.
Yeah, but then I
It was
would go
Hank
to
Cherry, right?
I would go to Dick's Sporting Goods here, like 20 minutes from me, and I'd the whole. I was like, yo, should I buy these and sell them? Like, because we don't.
People
I
did.
don't, I don't
People did.
personally-
It's
I don't-
crazy.
I know they do, but I just know I don't personally throw a red chatterbait, and I was curious if anybody in Connecticut does. So, all right,
I'm sure
gonna
guys do. I just.
Oh,
don't.
I'm sure they do too. But I wonder if that's just because they see it on TV. We buy with our eyes.
If Hank Cherry did it, then you can do it, Frankie.
That's right. I can't catch shit. I just talk. So I'm gonna contribute. I am a jerkbait guy. I do really well. This is actually the same jerkbait I fished with probably, I don't know. It's got teeth marks still on it from Candlewood Lake like 9 years ago as a co-angler or non-boater, what we called it in the ABA, and came in third place. And it was right on this. This is a Lucky Craft pointer, right? Shad color. I got this, and I have another chartreuse shad looking one. I'll use that, and I'll target like 8 to 12 foot deep water, and then this is the only thing I use red. It's just the crankbait, right? The DT. This is the DT 14 or 10. Yeah, DT 10 and brown. What is this? Dark brown craw. And I'll use that looking for some rocks and shit. So that's my contribution. But Jacob, getting back to your floating fly, what are you using the bottom of your floating fly? Are you using a hair jig?
It's a hair jig. Yeah.
Yep.
1/8 hair jig. Yeah.
Yep. Where do you get them? Do you tie your own?
No, I don't tie them. I buy them.
Okay.
You can't even find them right now. They're out of stock everywhere.
Because they're that popular?
Yeah. They're coming back out. They're coming back out.
No doubt. I know Bill Sentinel or whatever his name is, right? He's out of Nevada or Arizona. He's like perfected that technique.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. That he was the guy. Yeah, I think so.
That floating fly is deadly.
I know. I'm gonna try, dude. I so want to try it, but I'm like afraid to. I'm not kidding. Nice. All right. So
does it need to be really clear
No.
for the floating fly?
No. You could have stained water.
I might have to try that.
I've never fished one.
The good thing about it, you can adjust it to whatever depth you want to fish.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just putting a bobber stop, and I'm able to move it up and down wherever I want, whatever depth I'm fishing.
If anybody here experiments with it, please take a video, share with us, and I'll share it. I'm curious to see if anybody else tries it.
I can go grab one out of my garage real quick and show you guys.
Yeah, please.
Give me 1 second. Let me go grab it. Hold on.
No problem.
I wanted to ask any of you, the Texas people, have you guys bought or tried the new Big Blade by Z-Man? I'm in 10 inches of ice, so I haven't gotten any yet, but I seen that new Big Blade by Z-Man. I've been anxious to get one and try it out. I don't know if any of you guys got one yet.
I haven't yet. I just got these. So Stanley Jigs is one of my sponsors, so they sent me these. They're called racket blades.
Okay.
And I'm kind of excited to try them. They look pretty.
Yep.
That is sweet.
This way. They look
I'm
pretty
big into jack.
And I've got like little.
If you guys don't have any of these Stoneman lures, this guy.
Oh, Stoneman is.
Oh man,
Lady with a lure.
Lady. Yeah, exactly. This.
I love that girl.
His
some of this, they're
wow.
Insane.
Yeah, Abby's my girl.
I just can't get on crankbait like PA.
Yeah, this is one. Yeah, exactly. One of her colors here. But everything he does. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Pete gets down over there.
Yeah,
I just can't find a place in PA to throw crankbaits. Like I said, there's so muddy lakes and like lily pads. Like I have a crap ton. I have a crankbait rod. I want to get onto a crankbait bite, but there's like far and few between lakes that have like good enough riprap to really crank. Like New York, you go up to New York, you can crank on Cayuga or wherever else. But PA, a lot of things too, like where Ed fishes, a lot of these lakes are less than 10 feet. So it's like they're all mud bottom.
Yeah, we're pretty deep out here. We got definitely enough depth out here to throw in.
Yeah,
any,
you guys got
deep
plenty.
divers. Some of these lakes are crazy deep. Even with
If
the
your
like
lake
being
can have
even being
100
down
feet.
100 feet, it's down 100 feet and it's still like 250 feet deep, 300 feet deep.
That
you
is
know? Insane.
That's crazy.
That freaked me out in a kayak. I'll tell you that. I'd be a little sketched out.
Freaks me out in my John boat. So yeah, I can only imagine.
Jacob, you got Harvey's Lake there too. You can get a crankbait.
Oh,
there.
nice. Okay,
That's true. I've never fished Harvey's.
What size is that?
This one is
1/16.
1/6. No, this one's the 1/8. This is the 1/16.
Oh, okay.
And then what you're doing is you're running one of these.
Yep.
Okay.
So it sits like this. I put a bobber stop right here because you don't want the bobber to keep hitting your knot. Then I put another bobber. You can adjust it.
Okay.
I could go 40 feet if I wanted to.
Do you fish it on
fish
fluoro?
it all over. Fluoro, yeah.
What?
Now
like
you want it
6 pounds?
you want it horizontal with your knot when you tie your knot on it. You want it because ice fishing, you want that bait for crappie and stuff as horizontal as you want. So is that how you're rigging it?
Yep, just
like
horizontal.
That.
Yep, just like that.
Around.
Last month I was fishing it at 60 feet with the bobber.
60 feet, dude?
60 feet.
Yeah, no thanks. I guess I'm not.
It might take 60 minutes for it to get to the bottom.
Yeah.
I won't be floating.
It takes
flying.
time. It takes
Gotta put it on a
to get
downrigger.
Your first cast, and then it's the end of the tournament by the time you get ready.
Yeah, I'm good. I guess I'm not floating flying anytime soon.
No, you can't even fish a drop shot.
It's just something. When you see that bobber
I shake it
drop,
too much.
it's just different.
Do you shake the float and fly, or do you let? Oh, that's a good question. How do you fish it? What's it like?
I just leave it. Let it sit.
I'm definitely not using a float and fly. Then that's it. I can't let the drop shot sit. There's no freaking way.
If there's ripples on the water, I think from my experience, it works better. It produces more fish because the bobber's just slowly going like this.
It moves the bait just ever so slightly. I'm gonna try that this year.
Do you catch every species of fish on that?
Good night, sweetheart.
Yeah,
no, actually, no, I've only caught bass on it. I've never caught anything else. I'm shocked.
No trout?
No trout.
Yeah, that's crazy. You haven't got any trout around the lakes that we fish too.
Yeah,
no crappie.
Do y'all have crappie?
Yeah.
No crappie?
We have crappie. Never caught a crappie on. I'm
Really?
shocked.
Wow. I would think
And
that would be like a crappie killer, man.
And I
Call it
fish
fake
it
news.
For real.
I fish
You just
in,
jinxed yourself.
trees and I know. I fish it all over. I'm always throwing.
That
It's
is
always
crazy.
tied on. I always have it tied on.
This is the float and fly episode.
Yeah.
We're all intrigued by the simplest. But
I'm going to order a bunch of bobbers right now.
Look,
I know,
these are all my flies.
Oh wow!
Oh, damn, son. All right, so
I'm just gonna start tying flies and selling them. It's like art.
Yeah.
For real, I get some feathers out of the pillow over here. Whatchamacallit. So, all right, let's I want to ask a question since it's like the year just kind of started pretty much, right? The season's pretty much starting, tournament season and all that. Let's go around the horn here. There's been a lot of new baits that have been exposed from iCast for this year and that we're all going to start seeing on the shelves more and more. What do you all think is going to be like the hot bait of the year 2022? What do you all think is going to be the hot bait that is going to be the old fire crawl chatterbait that nobody could find? What's going to take its place this year? What do you all think?
The floating fly.
The floating fly. Dude, listen, I think you're onto something because I think all old school shit is coming back. Like think about like all the fanny packs, the flip phones are coming back, old school looking shoes, like that whole retro stuff is coming back.
The Bass Pro Shops hat.
I will say on my
I never left.
Yeah.
My TikTok is like full of like fly tying things. I don't know how I got on like fly tie TikTok.
Because
mine is too.
Maybe you have something with this floating fly.
Yeah. It's the government.
To us, they're predicting your future. You're gonna start making flies. But like,
because I have all free time.
I know, right? It's crazy, but like all I think the same thing. I think all these old techniques and these old lures that maybe like stopped being put in production is going to start coming back. Look at the banjo minnow. The banjo minnow's back. I don't know if y'all saw that. Banjo minnow's coming back. I bet I'll put like $10 down, but like $10 down that the flying lure is going to come back, man. That lure was. I have an unopened case still, and that lure, it's basically a tube that just dives forward, but great for dock fishing or getting undercover. Like, yo, how is no one using that shit anymore? But like, that's like a perfect dock bait, right? Like, I'm telling you, all this old stuff is coming back, and I think not this year, obviously. The new stuff probably will get released like for next iCast, but like all the old school stuff, I feel like is gonna start coming back. The simplicity stuff, because all the high tech stuff is like, electronics and stuff is going through the roof, right? I don't see that coming down anytime soon.
Crazy.
But as far as the lures and like as fishermen, as we get older, like I think we all have started to learn, and Ed in a comment would probably agree that the simple techniques are the ones that catch fish, like it's not always the best and most expensive things. It's, which is, I guess, right. We all want to have the best stuff, biggest swim baits, and show, hey, I got this fancy ass crankbait and this and that. But when it comes down to it, a jig and a jelly worm, can win you a tournament anywhere around the country. But what do y'all think is going to be like, if you had to predict, right? Someone asked you this question, and for $1 million, what do you think is going to be the hottest bait? Tournament bait. We're talking tournaments though. Hottest tournament bait 2022.
I wouldn't say like it's going to be the best bait. I just think the most hyped rig right now, just watching YouTube and like what everyone's getting into, is definitely the umbrella rig. Just because Live Scope, once that came out, everyone started getting back into it. It's becoming
Texas
a big deal
guys
again.
are catching all those 10+ pounders right now.
Exactly.
Tyler's Reel, Milliken, all the YouTubers are down there and catching share lunkers like crazy.
Stay gone fishing.
Yeah.
You know what? I see everyone right now doing the what is it, the Nico or the Tokyo rig. I feel like
Tokyo
the Tokyo rig. I keep seeing it everywhere. I'm a wacky guy, so I love the idea of it. I haven't tried it myself.
I like to fish a Tokyo rig with a small swim bait, and I fish a finesse, like not a heavy weight, but small through brush piles. It kills.
I punched with it this year when I was practicing for the Ike event, and I was on a bite. Of course, didn't work on tournament day, but I was on a good bite with the Tokyo rig. Because I think it gives that space between the weights and the bait to go down and splash the mud bottom and stuff and create a cloud, and the bait's still high enough that it's not buried in. So when they're coming through, boom, it's right there, like 2 inches off the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, I haven't seen it. I haven't tried it myself, but I see it everywhere online. I see it, everyone doing it right now. I feel like that's going to be something that blows up.
Nick, the informative fisherman, just did a cool video like last week or 2 weeks ago about how to rig the Nico rig properly. Some people put the hook incorrectly. And I fish the Nico rig a lot. I've had a lot of success with it. One particular color, it's a Yamamoto color. That is always sold out at Bass Pro. Every time I go to get it, it's always sold out. But the umbrella rig, or you're right, like I think Christian's right, man. I think that's gonna make a comeback, man. It's just because it's people are seeing these videos, man, catching.
I mean, especially in states like me where I can take the advantage of 5 hooks. I know a guy commented Massachusetts is 1 hook. Like I'm gonna throw a single swim bait before I throw 4 dummies. Like that's just pointless. Yeah, but to have 5 hooks like me, like if they eat one, you're good.
You're good. Yeah.
Out here in California, everyone is throwing an A rig. Everybody.
Where?
In California,
I got one tied up right now. Not gonna lie,
I have one tied on too.
Like it's on there.
Absolutely. I mean, it's fun to throw.
It is. It is.
I know. I don't.
And when you get rattled, it takes the rod out of your hand, especially if it's a striper or something you're not expecting. It's nuts.
I used to throw the A rig when I, fun fishing. I remember the 10XD Strike King 10XD gets mad deep, like 30+ feet. I used to just throw it. I mean, dude, I never had the right setup, so every time I'm cranking that thing, I felt like there was a friggin' 20-pound cinder block on the end. Then one day I took a cast and I had a knot in the line and snapped, and just that was it. But it was fun to throw. And I think the A rig is like, I think it's like the unknown. It's like, yo, I'm throwing this thing. I have a chance of catching 3 fish in one shot here. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and it looks cool in the water. It's enticing. It's a bait fish imitator. Like, it's just a fun rig to throw, man.
Well,
Do
and I
any of
think
you
those,
guys? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think big swim baits too, like kind of along that same lines.
Hmm.
Like that's something that's getting really hot. Like big
it's
swim
getting
baits and
crazy.
glides.
Yeah.
And I mean, just to buy them, like you
Yeah,
can't even freaking
$200,
buy one. You gotta
$250.
buy it for 3 times the price on eBay, you know?
Mhm.
So
Yep.
I think that's a bait that it's kind of becoming more mainstream, but the production and the manufacturing has not caught up with the demand.
Not yet, but you're starting to see more mom and pop guys in the
Mhm.
basement producing them, and those are probably the most popular, right, outside of Roman Made and all them.
Yeah, DRT.
But yep, and I think that was going to be my bait is the big swim bait move. Is I think it's going to make a big push this year, especially in states that typically, like Northeast, typically it's not a favorable bait to throw, right?
Yeah.
We're more finesse typically, and
Um,
and I think that big bait movement is going to start. We're also going to see more big bait little companies pop up too, right? Because
And like right now in Texas, like with the weather that we're having, those big
Yeah.
baits get big bites. I mean, they
Yeah.
really do.
Yeah, well,
Now
Tiny
they're
Boat
frustrating
Nation.
because you have to watch like 6 chase it before one bites it. But
Yeah,
like,
yeah, that's all right. That's fun though. Like Tiny Boat Nate, Mike Lopez, if you guys follow, he's starting to make swim baits and he's making some nice ones, yo. And I hit him up. Gonna be making some for Slay Nation. Get ready for some prizes. But what else? I mean, so we got the umbrella rig we talked about, the Nico rig, big swim baits. What
I'm
else?
going
Ryan,
with
what
the
you got?
Berkeley Gilly. Everyone's
Gillies?
commenting, and I forgot
That's gonna
that.
be the most
I want to
hype,
pick
yeah.
someone up.
Yep.
I want to pick someone up and try
I
those.
wonder if it's gonna live up to the hype though. I haven't seen one. I haven't fished one.
We'll see. We'll see.
Has
So
anybody
I
fished
think
it?
I have not.
I'm frozen, so I don't. I got a couple months yet.
Oh, I forget.
Have any of you guys
What's
used
frozen?
the donkey rig?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No, I've seen that. I've heard about the
I
donkey
have.
rig.
The
The
donkey
donkey
rig.
rigs. I don't know why more
Yeah.
people don't use it. It's cool. It
What
has
is it? I
great
don't know what that
action.
is.
Pre-spawn
Uh,
is killer.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's basically it's a weightless fluke, but one is free roaming above it. So when they're coming, they're swish coming across. I used it just a little bit towards the end of this last season, and I had a nice double up. My first one, and that one after that, I was like, oh man, definitely something I'm going to throw a lot more this
So
year.
do you like drop shot one fluke and then attach the other fluke to the bottom?
So the one is one. It's not drop shot. There's no weight on it. It's just one's attached at the end, and then one free roam. So yeah. So when you go and they're on swivels, so they they cross when they go, but they never get actually crossed up. And I mean, the action on those things is awesome.
Yeah, there's 2 ways. You could rig it just like Dougie said, or you can get the try like swivel, right? And you have your main line attached, and then you have the one they split, and you just tie separate flukes, one shorter than the other. And that is a dope rig. You put that. I mean, you could fish it on spinning or bait casting rod, but that's a dope setup.
So instead of one pickerel biting me off, I can have 2 bite me off.
That's right.
Exactly.
Especially
the Northeast knows about that.
With 2 Senkos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. 2 Cincos. Yeah. Heck, I didn't even think about that. Wow. I'm gonna have to try that one.
That's not a bad tactic right there. Rye, what do you think, dude? Big bait or big popular bait 2022?
Mine's not going to be a big bait, but I think the Berkeley Max Scent, kind of what Jake was going off of. The Berkeley Max Scent, they just came out with these tubes. The tubes, and they're a thing from the past, kind of. I know Mr. Tibbins here in the comments throws them a lot, but I think these on the tournament trail will make a difference this year. I think a lot of guys moved away from the tubes when the Ned came out, and now that there's a Max Scent one, and Max Scent's so hot right now, I bet that I would think that that'll make some sort of noise in the tournament world. Up north, I don't know if you guys even throw Max Scent down there at all, but it seems like smallmouth and Max Scent kind of go hand in hand.
No, we definitely throw Max Scent here.
Yeah,
I do at least.
Nice, Matt. What
I like
about
the generals.
Okay, yeah.
So I think you're going to see, like you said earlier, Frankie, I think you're going to see more of the traditional old style techniques come back as far as tournament winnings and stuff, especially with the electronics now. It's just ridiculous. But as far as the most hyped, I agree with Jacob with the gilly. I mean, people are just, it's going to get sold out like the fire craw and the flatworms and stuff like that as well. Now, does it hold up? I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. I know it's going to be fun, man, because I think right now, if anybody pays attention to the kayak world, Hobie sold out. Their second event, Sandy Cooper, sold out, like record. Like usually, anglers are known to procrastinate, right? And I think people right now, it's like New Year's resolution. Everybody and their mother's like at the gym, right? And then come 3 months in, you're gonna be like, yo, we need some more anglers. You guys sign up. Let's go. The deadline is in 2 days, right? So like right now, everybody's in a high. There's new baits out. We're really excited. We're all ready to slay pretty much. So
a lot of us are still in ice, so the guys that are in ice just want to go. So there's only so many events, so they just sign up for Toledo Bend, Santee Cooper, where it's still you can go fishing and catch fish instead of
it is so tough to be up here right now. And Ryan, Jake.
Come on, Frankie, come on the ice. It's fun. You never know what's going to come up the little hole that you cut.
I'm not. I would much rather go to Texas. There's no doubt about that. I am.
You're better off coming to Cali.
Hey, it's been 65 all week here, man. Come on,
nice.
Oh damn. Yeah, I'll take that all day. All day. But whatchamacallit. So what I want to get into next is, we talked about some pre-spawn. We had some great comments, some great dialogue going back and forth. A lot of us are all starting. Tournaments soon. Well, not a lot of us, but some of you. So I want to talk about that. Like, how are you going to approach your first tournament of the season, Christian? How are you approaching next weekend's event, man?
I got next weekend at Lake Fork, so I got those 3 days of the official practice that I'm gonna be able to go to. But I just got a lot of organizing. I've been procrastinating on all the organizing and tournament prep, so got to get into that. And then the weekend after that, I have the first Slay Nation at OH Ivy.
That's right. OH Ivy has been.
I've been wanting to.
I'm excited.
Yo, if you don't throw this right now, you're crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I want tied up. But I'm going pre-fishing tomorrow for OH Ivy. So
yeah, I've heard a lot of, because I'm following a lot of the kayak boards and all that. Since we brought to life our kayak series, OH Ivy is like, dude, that's one of the top lakes in Texas.
Well, that's because, like I said, the YouTubers are catching the share lunkers.
Yeah.
And the share lunker program is 13 and up. I was just watching a video today on it, learning about it. And they have to, they didn't share the lake, but share lunker does. So, the one guy, Milliken, didn't post the lake name, but they did. And then the next weekend, there was 100 and some boats out there. Oh. And then Tyler's Real Fishing, who's a YouTuber, younger guy like my age, he didn't post the lake name, but Share Lunker's going to post the lake name, and it's OH Ivy. I can guarantee it. Catching him in he was in 20-foot, Christian, 15 to 25 in the trees. So go there tomorrow, and I hope to see you catch a 15.
You and all the other 55 boats are going to be
there. Yeah, we'll be out there with others, but hey, who knows? It only takes one bite.
Yeah, I have no idea, though, because I know fishing that deep and in all the trees and stuff, it's going to be weird not having the live scope because I don't have that. But I don't know. I feel like there's just going to be so many boats. I'm not going to know I can't put together a game plan. So I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Nice. Is Pendergraft fishing that one too, I assume?
The OH Ivy one?
No. I'm talking, I'm thinking Lake Fork.
I think I was looking at the leaderboard. I think I did see his name in there. So should see him out there.
Nice. Well, good luck, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
Grind it out, and remember, try to have plan A to Z, dude. Because it seems like it might have to be like that with all those boats out there. Hopefully, you do catch one of those big uns. That'd be pretty dope. And then, Tiff, when's your first? Did you already have a tournament?
I already had one. I had my first BFL tournament last month, or in January, on Rayburn, and then I have my second one next weekend on Toledo Bend.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So why don't you talk? How are you preparing as a co-angler?
I'm gonna go pre-fish Thursday and Friday with a boater friend of mine, and I have never fished Toledo Bend, so this will be my first time fishing that lake. I fished Rayburn a bunch of times because I fished the BFL trail last year, like the same Cowboy Division trail, and they fished there. We were supposed to have a tournament on Toledo Bend, but that's when that big freeze came, and so they moved it to Rayburn. So we actually ended up fishing Rayburn 4 times last year.
Why do they call it the Cowboy Trail? You got to like ride a horse. Yeah,
well, like each trail has like a name, like by the region, and I guess we're cowboys here in Texas.
Okay, nice.
But it's the Cowboy Trail.
Nice.
So yeah, for Toledo Bend, I mean, I've been mainly reading fishing reports right now because I haven't got out and got to see the water yet, and kind of looking at old videos of what people have caught and watching a lot of YouTube and seeing what people are catching right now in Toledo Bend.
Okay, it's good. And we all figured this out together. Omnia Fishing. Go to omniafishing.com. You can actually put in the lake name. It'll tell you preferred baits for that body of water.
Oh, okay.
Just a little extra homework as well.
Yeah.
And then you could purchase and use your Slay Nation code. We get 10% off. Ryan, so dude, are your tournament is it like postponed now? Like because it was sold out?
No, well, no, I just won't be able to go to Santee Cooper.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, I just won't do it. There's a what is it? Greg Nosar is doing that open on Dale Hollow. Like
you're gonna do that?
Yeah, if I'm not going to Santee, I'm going to do that.
You're gonna pay that $500 entry fee?
Yeah, I already took work off. Why not go? But no, I have Lake Murray before that. That'll be at the end of. It's about a month away.
Okay.
So I'll be going to Lake Murray. I was there last year about the same time, so kind of have some ideas on what we want to do and where we want to go. But
that's South Carolina, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, South Carolina. So
you guys have probably seen Slay Nation. We post, Cody Webb, the country singer, Cody Webb. We've had him on Slay Nation Live. He's an up and coming country singer. He's out of South Carolina and he has like the key to the city, whatever. They gave him the key to the city. They love him down there on Lake Murray area. And I was with John Yacht got a hold of me. This guy, Cody Webb, was looking to do a fundraising celebrity fishing tournament. And they reached out to Slay Nation and I had a talk with him and his manager. This was like 2-3 years ago. It's like right when COVID started. And we were supposed to do a celebrity fishing tournament on Lake Murray with like Luke Combs, Luke Bryant, and all like these country stars, and I was gonna like MC it and shit. And it never happened. So every time I think of Lake Murray, I think of my dreams shot down because of COVID.
Mine were last year too, so maybe this year. I just told Tibbins it's my redemption tour for Lake Murray, so that works out for me. But
let's go. Only 2 of us Slayers on Santee Cooper Hobie event in March. That's the Queries, Justin and Al, father son, New York Slayers. They actually got in that cut. They got their registration in, so they'll be representing Slay Nation down there.
I'm on the waiting list. I'm hoping people bail.
Yeah, we'll cross our fingers. And if they bail, hopefully it's nothing serious. They just couldn't make it. Yeah. Doug, Jacob, tournaments. I mean, I know Slay Nation for y'all doesn't start till like what, March, I believe.
Yeah, we're going into we start March 19th at Clear Lake.
Whoa,
we're kicking it off there.
Coming in hot.
Banger. Sticks fishing. When I was talking to Travis Moran, we were looking at the schedule together. He said, he's like, they're at Clear Lake. He's like, I might have to make an appearance for those. So
we're there twice. We got one, and one of them is a 2-day tournament.
Yeah,
dude, that's
gonna be sick. It's gonna be sick.
Dope. So dang. So March,
it's gonna be on fire.
Yeah, man. Dude,
yep.
I'm excited.
We'll probably have another tournament there that weekend. I mean, it's during that time, but like we talked about earlier, Ed Lake is just so productive that it's crazy.
Yeah, lots of different spots to hit, huh?
Definitely going to go there a few days early and check it out because we've gone twice now. Each year we've done it, but it's been a different lake. Both times we've gone. I'm sure it'll be different this time too. Just we don't know. We're not sure where the water level is going to be.
Yeah.
So spots that we liked before might not be there this time. So
gotcha. And Matt, Jacob, after the ice finally melts.
Yeah.
PA.
What's ice?
PA's alive.
Yeah,
Right?
right?
Exactly. What's ice?
It's fun. Hey, my
Yeah.
buddy's got live scope, so at least I can put it down the hole and do the 360, at least find some panfish to catch. So it makes it a little bit better. But you never know. That's the one thing. Like, I was at a lake yesterday. 2 days ago, when a guy pulled up almost a 40-inch muskie. So
Wow.
that was crazy.
Wow.
That was awesome. So
Nice.
you never know what's you're gonna get bass, panfish, whatever.
Yeah,
and the panfish taste delicious, so makes it a little bit more worth it.
That's the one cool thing I think about ice fishing is you don't know what you're going to catch, right? Like, you catch perch, you're pumped up, right? You catch a crappie, you catch a pike, you catch a muskie.
That's the only time I'll take pickerel. That's the only time. Summertime, I don't want anything to do with them.
True.
But if it's a slow day, I'll take pickerel all day long.
True.
But our first event is April 2nd on Marburg, which is down towards Maryland, down towards Matt. We're fishing, Lake Marburg. So I'm excited. I might try the float and fly out.
There you go.
I don't know. As far as I know, I'm pretty sure it's a pretty clear lake. I don't know, Matt. Have you ever fished Marburg?
Yeah, I fish it often. I got you on that one too.
Okay, sweet. Come out in the app.
I'm like, Matt, where are you? Come down to Texas.
He's a good angler, man. This guy knows his shit. No lie. He doesn't know his shit. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I'm my first outing. We're going down to Lake Anna. So Lake Anna in Virginia. There's a cold side and hot side. The hot side, you have to get a house and to be able to fish it. It's private. They got that water intake. It's like I think even right now it's like 60 degrees. It's ridiculous. Where everything else is frozen. So that would be our first outing, and then I think the PA Slay Nation events start in April as well. The John Boat stuff.
So here's my question. We didn't talk about. I was talking about this earlier with Ray. Pre-spawn fishing is not allowed in every state, and Pennsylvania is one of those states. Talk about that.
Unfortunately, yeah, we're what are we? The second weekend of April, I think. Usually like second weekend of April or right in the beginning of May till right around my birthday, the second week of June. Usually it's the Saturday that my birthday week it opens back up. So no tournaments allowed, which stinks for us PA because, I mean, you guys that fish kayak series, like a decent, pretty good winning day for kayak and PA is like 75 inches. Like 70 to 75, where when I fish in fun fishing that closed off season, we can still target them on like New York. So some spots, counties in New York, you can't target them at all. You can't have bass tackle on the boat or anything. We can still target them. We're not allowed to bed fish. Like you can't legally cast more than one cast at a bed fish.
Really?
So, yeah, it's pretty, I mean, knock on wood. Like I definitely don't do that, but you're not supposed to do that anyway. But yeah, our best time of year when we could possibly break 90 inches plus, unfortunately, is during our closed off season. But me personally, I'm close to Jersey. I'm like a half hour from Merrill Creek, which is a lot of where the New Jersey Slayers fish. And that they do paper only tournaments there, or you can do kayak tournaments during May. And I caught fun fishing 92 inches last year, bed fishing smallies. So that's an awesome lake. Yeah, there's Justin now. He's the New York director right there in the comments.
No pre-spawn fishing in New York too.
Wow.
And that's why in Connecticut, we're kind of in the middle with Pennsylvania and New York. So a lot of like during March and early April at the ramp, we always see tons of New York license plates in Pennsylvania. They all come up because, we allow that fishing, tournament fishing then. But we had a question, Georgia Slayer, Ed Munoz was asking, what's the reasoning for that? Why don't they allow fishing during the pre-spawn in those states?
Matt, do you know? You want to go on that?
Yeah, it's just preservation, right? So the Northeast, it's especially for largemouth, you can still fish the rivers and stuff usually with no issue, but it's preservation because we don't have those giant largemouth down like you guys do in the South and stuff. So these states and people go back and forth whether they like it or don't, but it's to allow the fish to have their hook up time and do their thing and get those babies out. And not be pressured. And we don't have that down in Maryland, but growing up in Pennsylvania, experienced that. But in Maryland, we got hit, I think the whole country did with COVID, and they shut down the fisheries and basically you weren't allowed to fish at all. And it was during that pre-spawn time. And we actually saw it be detrimental as we got back out, and towards summer and stuff when they reopened it. So, I'm not a fish biologist by any means, and I don't understand or even won't guess the true reasons. But in their minds, they're doing the fish a solid by letting them have their mating season.
And I know for like PA, I don't know if Matt agrees growing up, but like our fish commission, DCNR cares more about stocking trout for the trout fishermen than bass. Like you guys in Texas,
Absolutely.
I learned about that share lunker. That is an amazing program. Like you guys care about your big bass. You want those lakes to be amazing for your future generations. PA's like, give me your license money. Let's buy more stock trout. And they don't really care about bass. And we have ice fishing here in PA, of course, is pretty big for, this year we got ice all the way down the southern part of the state, but like we got lots of guys that'll go out there and catch those bass to the ice and then be like 5 pounder sweet on the dinner table. And I try to encourage people, take those male bass, take the smaller bass to, some lakes that can help. Sometimes they're overpopulated, they get stunted, but a lot of guys in PA, unfortunately, take those 5 and 6 pounders that they do catch through the ice and put them in the frying pan. So that definitely does not help our lakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the share lunker program is a pretty cool thing. It really is. And for those that don't know, they're basically taking the eggs from big bass or the DNA from big bass and populating more big bass and then releasing those bass into other lakes or the same lake a lot of times to
That's
promote
awesome.
a bigger bass population. So
do you get to choose
and they
the lake?
re-release the fish back, the fish that was caught, like the 15 pounder or the 16 pounder, they re-release it back into the same home lake.
The video I watched today, the guy was touring that center, the Share Lunker Center on YouTube. Go check it out. Tyler's Reels Fishing. They talk all about it. They tour the thing, but they actually caught, it was like Share Lunker 9. They have over 600 share lunkers on record. So over 600 bass, over 13 pounds. And they showed these share lunkers that this one, number 9, its daughter was this one, like 212. The daughter was 405. And they can literally check the DNA and know when that fish was caught and when the daughter was like released, because they have them spawn and then grow up their kids into like not F1 bass, but like super bass fry, and they have it all in DNA and records, and it was awesome to watch and learn.
Crazy.
Like Texas is the state. I want to get down there bass fish, because PA it's like woo trout. Yeah, that's it. That's all we got.
Come on down.
Nice. Well, we're approaching the hour and 30 mark. We're past the hour 30 marker, so I don't want to keep anybody on too late. What a great conversation, great insight from everybody on here tonight. It was really cool to kind of see what everybody does from their pre-spawn in their region. Really good stuff, because I know it gets, I know talking to different anglers kind of get your juices flowing, right? About how you want to fish, like float and fly right now. Like Jacob, you and the damn float and fly. Like I freaking want to go. Now I feel like I want to try that shit again.
I'm gonna go cut a hole in the ice so I can try it.
Yeah.
Y'all come find my Etsy page. I'm gonna be tying you flies.
I know.
If you guys go try it, let me know. Send me pictures.
Yeah,
we'll do.
But let's take this time. Let's go around the horn. I'm gonna let all y'all talk about where people can follow you. Who, if you have sponsors, who your sponsors are. Share that stuff, and then anybody watching, go follow, go support, and then we'll take it from there. So let's, ladies first. Tiff, why don't you go first?
Oh, okay, I get to go first. So I want to thank all my sponsors. Cast King, first and foremost, they're my rod and rail sponsor, probably my biggest sponsor. Stanley Jigs, who I'm representing with my hat. My Hooks at Hoodlums.
Yeah, let's go.
Also, Wind Rider, they provide all of my gear, my bibs, my jackets, my gloves, all that good gear that keeps me,
Wait, you need
feeling
gloves
good on the
down
water.
in Texas?
Huh?
So you need gloves down in Texas?
Man, the tournament I'm fishing next weekend, it's supposed to be 20 that morning.
That's like our high.
Oh my goodness.
That's our high for the day.
Yeah, but y'all don't have humidity like we do. Like you have to understand,
true.
like the air is freaking
That's why
cold.
I don't go down there.
The air is cold. Like it cuts through your bone. Like it's that cold. So on the water, like 20 degrees in Texas is like really cold.
I'm all set with that, yeah.
But so they supply all my good gear, my summer gear, my winter gear. I'm trying to think if I'm forgetting anybody, but So shout out to all my sponsors, Texas Bass Babe on pretty much everything. Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, find me wherever.
Awesome.
Thanks to Frankie for having me.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we're going to do a ladies only episode too, by the way. So
Woo!
You'll be on again. Yeah,
I better be invited. Yeah.
Of course. We'll get a bunch of the ladies on. All right, Christian, you're up.
I guess no sponsors for me. Haven't figured out the whole sponsorship side of the fishing world, but soon to happen.
Me,
I hope.
Call me. I'll help you out, man. I'll coach you.
Got you. I appreciate it. But I guess just Instagram and Facebook. Just my name, Christian Cooper. That's me.
All right, man. Well, best of luck this season.
Thanks.
So you're fishing what? Slay Nation, BASS? Are you doing any Hobies or anything like that? KBF?
I think I'm just sticking with those two for right now.
Okay. Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Best of luck, buddy.
I appreciate you having me on here.
Oh, absolutely, man. Dougie, let's go.
All right, guys. You guys can find me at Outdoor Bearding right there. I'm on Instagram and we got YouTube. Do some good YouTube pages. You can see us make some good meals out there on the boat while we're doing these Slay Nation tournaments. Those come in handy. Yeah, we do biscuits and gravy, steak sandwiches. We get it down out there.
They do.
And then for sponsors, I'm always rocking my John Yacht stuff, as you guys see. Always got that. Tech bait, that's a big one that I use. I'm a big tech bait guy, since I actually found it on the Slay Nation when you guys were doing the Tourney X tournaments when when COVID first started. I got up with Eric within, been hooked since.
Nice.
We got Stoneman Lures, I showed you guys earlier, all of his hard plastics, I got boxes of them. We got Stump Thumper Baits. He's a new guy who came with tech baits. He's awesome with his swim baits and flirt skirt. Also, so those are some of the main ones that I've used. And I like the small baits, small companies. I figure if I'm gonna spend money on, all this fishing stuff, might as well spend it at the small guys, who put in the hard work.
Absolutely. Awesome. Appreciate you coming on, Dougie.
Yep.
And we'll get you and Casey on when we do our teams episode.
Oh, right? Man, we got some stories for you on that one, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. See, so I can't wait.
You ever sink a boat? I've done that.
Save the story, Jacob. Save the story. I don't want to hear it.
You forgot some plugs.
That's right. Yeah, I forgot a trolling motor one time. So let's Jacob.
Which one?
Callie? Go ahead, Callie. Callie, go ahead. You got it.
Jacob won.
I'll go. Thanks, Frank, for having me on. I don't have any sponsors. Tiny Boat Nation. I don't know if you can wherever my
other way. I do it all the
time. You can find me JMB Fishing on YouTube and Instagram. Also, California Tiny Boat Nation Official on Facebook and Instagram.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming on, brother.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
I forgot one. Hawkeye's Lures.
Come on. There you go.
And the cool kids. Love you guys.
All right. There it is. Awesome. Oh my God, what the hell was I gonna say? Oh, Dougie. So one episode, I think I'm gonna bring Eric on, and talk to people about how I found tech baits. Like this was like 5 years ago when I started directing for like some other organization, and I was looking for sponsors for my Connecticut trail. So I was hustling, I was looking, and I found soft plastics on a selling app. I forgot what app it was. And he said, "Oh, I make custom soft plastic." So I hit him up, dude. And that's how I met Eric, dude. Like I've known him for a while, man. It's been crazy.
Yeah, no, I met him through, like I said, when you guys were doing the Tourney X. I ended up, talked a couple times in the chat, and then I followed his page, and I ordered some Doom Drops, and then I caught some pigs, and it was a wrap after that.
Yeah, dude, that's funny, man. I love it. All right, let's go to Mr. Matt Picar.
So you can get me at Matt Picar Fishing. I'm going to say something really controversial and not a popular statement here, but I don't and won't have any sponsors. And I say that because I fish for all of you, right? And I like to support Slay Nation, and small mom and pop bait tackle and stuff like that. But when I'm out there, I'm fishing, and that's why I love Slay Nation. It's a blue collar grassroots. It's for the average guy to fish who I don't want to do that, right? And that's just my opinion. It's unpopular or whatever, but I want to bring this elitist bass fishing sport back to the blue collar people.
Nice,
that's
dude.
just my opinion. Unpopular.
We appreciate it, Doggy.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. We We need sponsors, but
You need sponsors. and one more, and also, so I'm recently retired, so I have a lot of time. I'll be fishing a ton. And you guys are all more than welcome to come down to Maryland or Pennsylvania or Virginia, wherever, and we'll go out on the electric boat.
Yeah, Matt, thank you for your service. Matt retired from the military. He looks like he's
congratulations.
22.
Thank you for your service.
Looks like he's Christian's age and he's retired. So congratulations. What water do you drink? And send it up my way. Like, dude, you look like you're in your 20s still, bro.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine being retired. Let's go to Mr. Nye, the natural. Ryan, the natural Nye.
I don't know where you get these from, Frankie.
I just dude. I gotta give nicknames, bro. Because watch, it's gonna stick. It's gonna stick, dude.
We'll see. So I'm on Facebook, just my name. Instagram is RNYE15, and YouTube is just Ryan Nye Fishing. I don't have a lot on there, but I just got a new boat, and we're gonna be doing a lot more this year, hopefully, with that. So
yeah.
As far as sponsors go, I'm with Old Town, as you can probably tell. Blackall Outfitters in Old Lyme and Westbrook, Connecticut. They have 2 stores. They're our local Old Town dealer. They're a tackle shop. They have all sorts of stuff. Enduro Power Lithium Batteries.
Ooh,
and
nice.
BRD Custom. BRD Custom does like wraps, that sort of stuff. Truck wraps, boat wraps. They just did Gene Jensen's wrap and Chad Hoover's wrap, I think. Northbound Gear Co. They are a clothing brand. They're like cold weather stuff. They're out of Canada. They make great stuff. And Stretching Lines Baits with Damien, who's also a Play Nation sponsor. So that's who I have for sponsors. And then you can follow me on most social medias, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube.
Nice. Awesome. Thanks for coming on, Ryan.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Frankie. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. And Mr. Stem, take it away.
All right. So first of all, Omnia Fishing, I actually partnered up with them last year, about halfway through the season. And then I'm excited that Slay Nation's working with them. My main bait sponsor is Rabid Baits, which has all the hair in the baits. They're actually coming out with a brand new bait next week. So that's going to be exciting. Look for that. He's actually on Champlain, like Vermont side. So he was actually a boater of mine in the ABA a couple years ago, and that's how we met. So, and then also Fish Bait or Die, who actually just started working with Slay Nation as well, local guy out of Nazareth, PA. He gave me some of his baits, and I actually started catching some panfish to the ice on them, the smaller ones, but going to be doing getting a few more of his bigger baits. You can follow me, Jake Stem Fishing, on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I'm actually going to be doing a giveaway, so I'm going to be giving away some of Fish Bait or Die, gift cards, some stuff. I'm about to hit 1,000 subscribers, so super hyped and thankful for that. So you guys can follow me all in there.
Dope, man. Nice. I just ordered I just placed an order for Fish or Die baits for some giveaways, and same thing with Third Eye Fishing. Yeah, good companies. And by the way, we're going to have some episodes where it's going to be sponsors, right? Going to bring these business owners up, talk about how they came up with their baits, their company, how they came up with the company name, all that, their whole story. So expect that to come up at some point this season. But we'll wrap it up. And I just want to thank everybody on here. I consider everybody on here like a friend, man. It's crazy how we all like know each other. We have, one way or another. Christian, I'll get to know you. I know you're a newer slayer, but you're killing it, dude. I'm really excited for you and see what your future holds. But everybody up here, I've known for a little bit, so it's really cool. I think I've had conversations with everybody here, and I think that's the special thing about what we're trying to do here is highlight the everyday angler, right, and get everybody on here and make you and let you promote yourselves and let you promote your sponsors, right? Because for some of y'all, you're trying to get your foot in the door, right? And so anytime you have that opportunity, you got to go for it, lick it, even when you're tired, keep pushing, because every little time you can shout out your sponsor name, right, that builds your value, right, for that sponsor. So great stuff. Appreciate you all for hopping on. We are going to take it out. Oh, by the way, so anybody watching, February 1st is the deadline to get your last name on a Slay Nation jersey. but we're extending it. So our sublimator, right, is very generous. Slay Ray is very
Thanks,
generous.
Ray. Thanks, Ray.
Yeah, Slay Ray for the win.
Ray's the man.
He's extending it another month till March 1st. Right, everybody watching, if you know you want to sign up and you're procrastinating, I get it. I'm a procrastinator myself. Sign up by March 1st and you get your last name on there or your nickname or whatever the hell you want. If you do sign up, make sure you email me so I know not to put your regular name because I'm just going to do whatever you use on PayPal or you pay with. I was going to say one more thing and I just lost my train of thought. What the hell was I going to say?
Let's
go Niners.
Niners.
Let's go.
Niners. All right,
that's what Niners. He was gonna say.
Go Niners.
I'm a Cowboys fan.
Tom Brady,
I'm sorry.
Cowboys, forget it. Tom Brady, congratulations on your killer career. I mean, straight up, you can't even hate on that dude. So he could have played another few seasons, man. So congratulations to Mr. Brady. I forgot what I was going to say, but we're going to wrap it up. We're going to let Wicked Weights take it away, and then we'll wrap it up with our traditional Slay Nation. So thank you all. Have a great weekend, and I cannot wait to see what everybody here does this season, no matter where you're fishing. So everybody out there watching, peace, love,
and slay all day.
babies.
Thank you.
Thanks, Frankie.
Peace, everyone.
Later.
Tight lines, guys.